On Channel 8 News, pro-Palestine protesters and counter-protesters marched across K-State's campus on Wednesday to voice their opinions about the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine. We'll hear from both sides. And later, summer is just around the corner, but that doesn't mean a stop to the learning. We'll take a look at the state's increased tourism initiative through summer learning programs in the Sunflower State.
It is currently raining now, so make sure to grab your jacket, grab your umbrella. It does feel pretty good out though, 62 degrees and not too much wind at 11 miles per hour. And it also feels like 62, but we'll have more on weather later on Channel 8 News.
This is KKSU-LD, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Good morning and welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Sophie Smith. Coming up today, we'll be hearing from students around campus about their thoughts on the Hamas and Israel conflicts and the protest on college campuses around the country. Plus, it's all about finals and Dead Week. But what does Dead Week really mean for college campuses and students? And later, sports take over with a look into the draft picks this year and a look into the intramural sports at the K-State Rec Center. Protesters are calling on universities all over America to separate themselves from any companies that are advancing Israel's military efforts in Gaza. Kansas State student groups have joined in on this growing national movement. At Kansas State University, protesters came to campus from both sides to make themselves heard. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! The K-State Young Democratic Socialists of America held a protest on K-State's campus demanding that Kansas State end all investments in research with Israel.
The whole goal of this is to raise awareness of what other colleges and universities are doing, and most importantly, the occupation, the apartheid, and if you don't want to use the word genocide, fine, but it is by definition ethnic cleansing.
The organizers of this event are the Young Democratic Socialists of America, and even though they did show out in full force today, there were counter-protests here as well. Members of the Young Americans for Freedom Club on campus showed up to voice their support for Israel.
So I know K-State does care packages for troops of the IDF on there, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing so on there. Them asking for us to stop doing research with Israel and stuff is them blatantly just wanting not support for Israel. Israel is our ally nationally. The Palestine's never been a nation. It is not a nation.
Although their efforts were strong, some believe that both sides will never come to a consensus.
Both sides don't like each other. It doesn't matter how many peace treaties they sign, how many ceasefires they signed, they will always want something to be their way. Never fully agree to live together in a state.
We will free Palestine within our lifetime!
Protests are still continuing to happen across the United States, but unlike others, Kansas State's remained peaceful. We're a couple of days away from finals week for K-State students. The week before finals has been dubbed Dead Week, but the logistics surrounding Dead Week has left some students confused. Channel 8's Summer Spurkey has the story.
Riley Brokeshoulder, a Kansas State English major, is wrapping up her semester in the next week. Getting past grueling papers and exams, she now finds herself in what's called Dead Week. At some universities, classes are ceased. At others, there are no assignments. However, the meaning of Dead Week at K-State has left some students confused. Brokeshoulder says that Dead Week is not typically talked about in her courses.
I guess in my mind it sounds like we're not really supposed to be doing a whole lot before finals. But I don't think I've ever had a professor be like, oh, next week is Dead Week, so don't do anything.
Some students are confused by the phrasing of Dead Week, but to K-State officials, it's actually Prep Week, a week that's meant for students to prepare for their exams.
So it's for the whole university's final schedule. So whenever that first final is scheduled for the university, which is usually the Monday morning of finals week, right? It's 7 days prior to that. So really that whole entire week before finals should be absent of any examinations or and that could be either midterm examinations or final examinations like that encapsulate the whole academic semester.
In Manhattan, Summer Spurkey, Channel 8 News.
Stand by.
If your instructor does not follow the policy regarding Prep Week, you are recommended to speak with your school's department head. K-State Parking Services has given out 7,000 more citations than last year. Students have been complaining about getting citations even when the free parking hours begin, which is after business hours. Different violations include backing into a stall, not paying your meter, parking in the wrong zone, or parking with no permit at all. Students believe there need to be some changes to make parking on campus smoother.
I've parked in the garage like twice after 5:30, and like on the website, the policy states after 5:30, like basically parking's free, but then I've gotten ticketed. So it's just like either update your policy. No reason why they should be driving at 9 o'clock at night trying to ticket people. That's crazy. The next thing is like, I understand that they like do like the whole like, okay, here's an O lot, W lot, whatever, but like that's so like messed up. There's like not enough parking for like all the students and faculty at this campus, like period.
Dozens of people gathered to golf for a good cause as they participated in a charity golf tournament in Manhattan this weekend to raise money for kids with cancer. Channel 8 reporter Sophie Dilly has more on the story.
Dalton Reisner, a former K-State football player and current NFL player, partnered up with Kymel, a Kansas organization that raises money for kids with cancer, to host the tournament.
This golf tournament and having more people show up and having a good turnout, it only helps bring more money to an organization that helps families, helps adults, helps kids that are either battling cancer or in remission from cancer.
Kymel hosts Camp Hope each summer, which allows kids fighting cancer to escape their battle for a week and just be kids.
And these families and these kids, they need help. They need the ability to go to Camp Hope every year and have food taken care of and be able to have a week full of hope and inspiration. And
31 teams of 4 participated in the tournament at Colbert Hills on Saturday. Some brought their excellent golf skills, and others were just there to have fun and golf for a good cause.
Camp Hope volunteer Kylie Fuller participated in the tournament and understands the impact it makes as she played in honor of her sister who battled cancer.
I probably think it's one of my favorite things to participate in and give back to. My personal story, like I had a sister who passed away in 2016, so, you know, being so close with that, I think anything that you can do for kids and for families that are in that experience or have experienced it, there's just nothing better.
In Manhattan, Sophie Dilly, Channel 8 News.
The golf tournament raised around $38,000 to help fund Camp Hope and Camp Sensational this summer. Up next, we'll hear more about a new summer learning program for Kansas students geared to increase state's tourism and awareness. Plus, the executive director with the Aggieville Business Association will sit down with us to discuss the upcoming construction to the Aggieville area.
You ready?
If you can keep up.
Can you do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
I got a job interview today.
Congratulations. Thank you. Dad, come on. Starting.
It's like a purple front has kind of moved into the stadium. Beautiful day and everything. Music's loud. The fans are on their feet.
This ball is crushed by Lotus to center. Gasparino looks up. It is gone and through the batter's eye.
This is a special place, Manhappiness.
This is a phenomenal institution, a phenomenal athletic program with a proud tradition.
They talk about family, and you can feel how genuine it is.
The community here is so strong. It's truly like the best in the world.
No matter where you come from, the color of your skin, or your religious background, together we make a family.
And when you love people, it's amazing what you can accomplish.
To the 5, to the goal line, touchdown, Kansas inside for the 10. Sheldon is roofed by Carter. Gregory, step back 3, takes the shot from distance and scores! This tank, it is gone, it's a
great weekend we had, homecoming, great crowd, the crowd was phenomenal.
It's a great day to be a Wildcat!
Summer is right around the corner, and that means it's almost time for the Sunflower Program. This program provides opportunities for Kansas kids to experience local attractions across the state. Channel 8 reporter Emma Wiley has more.
It's a great program that allows kids pre-kindergarten through 12th grade to have free entrance into exhibits and museums and attractions all across Kansas.
The Flint Hills Discovery Center serves as just one of 7 places in Manhattan that families can visit as part of the program.
The center was the first location to be named part of Sunflower Summer in Manhattan. Now there are currently over 220 locations in the state of Kansas.
In the past years that we've participated in the program, many of our guests say that they're traveling across the state. They're doing like a staycation and using Sunflower Summer for a week or so with their family, and they get free admission to these centers and maybe places they wouldn't be able to afford otherwise.
Melissa Kirkwood, the Marketing and Development Officer of the Sunset Zoo, is grateful for the experience that the Sunflower Program brings to the Manhattan area.
Of benefit to the Manhattan community to have people come visit from other areas of the state, or even locally, that people come from Topeka to Manhattan and see what all Manhattan has to offer.
In Manhattan, Emma Wiley, Channel 8 News.
For full details on the attractions, how to get involved, and dates of the program, visit the Sunflower Summer website. Now, Channel 8's Cole Dutchendorf joins us live with Aggieville Business Association Director Dennis Cook to speak more about upcoming construction plans. Cole?
Thanks, Sophie. How will the upcoming construction projects affect companies in the Ville? I'm here with Dennis Cook, Aggieville Business Association Executive Director, to discuss more. Dennis, thank you for being here with us this morning.
Happy to do it.
How do you anticipate the upcoming construction impacting the local businesses in Aggieville?
Well, anytime you have construction, you negatively impact. There's no doubt about that. But most of that construction is going to be off of Morrow and behind Morrow. So on the south side of that, so it's more affects the Laramie Street, and that will have some, obviously some negative impact. We know that, but. The construction that's getting ready to start over there is transformative for Aggieville. It's going to make a big difference when it's done.
Can you outline any plans the Aggieville Business Association has developed to maintain the attractiveness of Aggieville while the construction is in place?
Just doing the things we have been doing, which is keeping it clean. We work with Raleigh County Police Department on a regular basis. We try to handle as many events as possible, and that helps bring in some people who aren't always in there. So no, it's a constant effort, and it doesn't really change that much for this.
How are you collaborating with the relevant stakeholders, such as the local authorities and construction teams, to make sure that the construction progress aligns with your goals as the Aggieville Business Association?
Well, by the time the construction shows up, we're already beyond that. So I work on a regular basis with city commission, city staff. Then when they have an engineering firm or a construction firm, we're talking to them too. So we make sure that we know that the goals are being met. We know what the redevelopment's supposed to look like. So we're on top of that, because by the time they show up, we're way into that already. So.
And how do you see this construction impacting Aggieville positively overall?
Well, you're talking about when it's done. Yeah, when it's done. Obviously we're going to have another hotel right there in Aggieville, and that helps out a lot. So a lot of extra people.
And that's all the time we have for today. Back to you, Sophie.
The weather is up next. Warm temperatures are on the rise, but will we be able to enjoy them? Plus, severe storms swept through the Kansas region over the weekend, leaving a long week of cleanup efforts around the city. That's next.
As college athletics continues to change, one thing has stayed the same:
the loyalty and support of our K-State family.
But now, there's a new way you can show your support.
You can now help student athletes like me get compensated for our name, image, and likeness.
Whether it is contributing to our official NIL collectives
or requesting autographs and more through the Open Doors Marketplace,
you are helping K-State student athletes succeed by connecting with you.
So what are you waiting for?
Come transform the K-State student athlete brand today.
Together, we represent a diverse and eclectic population.
Together, we believe that diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
Together, we promote a welcoming and positive environment for all student athletes, coaches, and visitors.
Together, we treat all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual identity.
Together, we are an empowered family who empowers family.
Family, diverse and together.
Stronger together.
Championship on the line. Good! It's good!
In a time of evolution, it is our time to elevate and carve our place atop in a new era. An era where championship expectations collide with championship support. We all must come together, fighting, ever fighting for the purple and the white. Times may change, but generation after generation, the support of K-Staters never wavers. K-State fans, are you ready to be a part of powering K-State athletic excellence in a new era?
Will warm temperatures and sunny skies stick around, or are more storms on the horizon? Carter Schaefer joins us from our Weather Center with more. Carter?
Thanks, Sophie. One person has died and 3 have been injured following storms and a tornado in Westmoreland over the past week. Storm chaser Aaron Jajak captured this video of the EF3 tornado on Tuesday. Manhattan did not see any tornadoes, but did experience fallen branches and debris scattered across the city. Residents can take branches to the Riley County Transfer Station at no cost.
If you've got storm debris that's down on your property, typically it is your responsibility to take care of. The city of Manhattan will clear things that are in like the city street or such, but they won't take care of stuff on private property. There are private vendors you can contact, tree services or people who will do that work.
And looking at our full map temperatures today, we got 70s up in the northeastern part of the country. As we go a little bit farther west in Illinois, in Atlanta, we get into the higher 80s. Down low to our Texas brothers, we got 82 degrees, but there's been some torrential downpours down there, so they've been experiencing some floods over the past 24 hours. Up north, we have North Dakota in the 50s, and but they are not the coldest on the map. That goes to Idaho over at 48, and they actually have some chill warnings in place over there. As we get a little farther south, we got 60s and high 60s for New Mexico, for Vegas and California. Going to our Kansas radar real quick. This has been what the radars look like for the past 2 hours. It looks like it's going to be leaving Manhattan here pretty soon, but we'll see how that develops later on in the day. Going to our temperatures across the state today, we got 66 over in the Kansas City area, and as we go west across the state, it'll get a little bit chillier. For Manhattan today, we got 64 degrees and 65 down in Wichita, and on the western part of the map, we have lower 50s, 51 in Hayes, 49 in Colby, and then looking at our 24-hour forecast, we have some thunderstorm warnings for this evening and 46 degrees, so it'll get a little bit cooler, but as the morning approaches, it'll get pretty humid out actually with 51 degrees, and then afternoon, it'll be nice and sunny. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast, it's consistent 70s for the highs across the board and low 50s across the board as well, so it should be some nice temperatures looking at our week forecasts. And that's all we have for weather. Back to you, Sophie.
Sports is next. We'll be taking a look into the K-State Student Transfer Portal on how the transfer process works. Plus, while collegiate sports usually takes over, intramural competitions are all the rage at the K-State Rec Center.
As college athletics continues to change, one thing has stayed the same:
the loyalty and support of our K-State family.
But now, there's a new way you can show your support.
You can now help student athletes like me get compensated for our name, image, and likeness.
Whether it is contributing to our official NIL collectives
or requesting autographs and more through the Open Doors Marketplace,
you are helping K-State student athletes succeed by connecting with you.
So what are you waiting for?
Come transform the K-State student athlete brand today.
2, Colts strike 3 in the outside corner. Another strikeout for Buss on a high fastball. K-State has done it again! Got him swinging! K-State wins the series.
So within industrial engineering, you can actually start your master's degree a year early and start taking those classes your senior year. And then after you go through those upper level courses, you only really have a year left and you would come out with your bachelor's and master's degree, which is something I have been considering just because, you know, it's one extra year and I do love K-State. So it's like, you know, win-win. But that's a perk with being an industrial engineer. You're able to get your master's degree in just one extra year.
Johnson deep again, and it's caught. Chase Brown.
This is notoriously one of the loudest places to play.
This place, boys, is hopping. Pressure and intercepted by K-State, Desmond Purnell.
It's that time again for a sports update. Parker McGowan, sports anchor, is here with more. Parker?
With the college basketball and football off seasons in full swing, the transfer portal has received much attention of late. Channel 8's Noah Birchman has more on the story.
NCAA student athletes have always been able to transfer, but as Julie Owen, the senior associate AD for compliance at K-State, says the process became much easier when the NCAA transfer portal was introduced.
Transfer portal kind of initially started in about October 2018. And so before that, there was kind of a permission to contact system where a student would ask the school for permission to contact. They could approve or deny that. And so the portal replaced that.
Athletes can enter the portal just by providing written notice. The easier process isn't the only reason we are seeing more athletes in the transfer portal. Immediate eligibility and NIL have played a role.
And so you kind of see this evolution from the portal opens and then we have immediate eligibility one time for all student athletes, and you see an increase there. Candidly, NIL, you saw another increase.
While many student athletes enter the transfer portal looking for a better situation, not all of them find it. Ryan Hennington of Wildcat NIL says transferring doesn't always work out for athletes.
There's a lot of student athletes that go into the transfer portal and don't come out, and their career ends in that fashion.
With the transfer portal era being referred to as the Wild West by some coaches, Owen doesn't think the portal will slow down anytime soon.
I think you get into the challenge then that you're restricting movement for students and not, other individuals, which has been the prevailing argument. I don't think we'll go backwards at this point with the transfer piece.
In Manhattan, Noah Birchman, Channel 8 News.
With transfer portal windows opening and closing at different times throughout the year, there is no true off-season in collegiate athletics. Now let's take a look at what happened this past week. 8 cats were drafted or undrafted to the NFL. We had a total of 3 players in the NFL draft. First, starting off with Ben Sinnott, our beloved tight end. He went second round, 53rd overall to the Commanders, as well as you can see Cooper Beebe joining Deuce Vaughn down there in Dallas, and KT Leviston over at the Rams. And take a look at those 5 undrafted free agents as well. Phillip Brooks to the Chiefs right down the road, as well as quite a bit of those others. And then we had a few big names of transfer portals this week. Dylan Edwards joining the Cats. He announced that he was coming to the Cats last year, but then, of course, decided to go to Colorado, who he was their leading rusher this past season, rushed for 321 yards and received 299 yards. And we also picked up Alec Moranzo, who is a linebacker, who is New Mexico's leading tackler. So big pickups for the football Cats. The K-State Rec Center is a popular place for students to go for intramural sports and to get their workouts in, especially at this time of year.
Intramural sports are wrapping up as the softball postseasons are into its final week of play. Students use intramurals as a chance to compete against other students and spend some time outdoors away from studying.
It's good to just get outside. I enjoy just being outdoors. We had some beautiful days to get to play softball. Our last day was like sunny and 70, so if you catch me inside on that day, that's probably not a good thing. So happy to just get outside and enjoy some time, maybe just, not really blowing off steam, but just, getting to enjoy something other than sitting inside reading books.
Finals are approaching, and to help with mental stressors, students may choose to ditch the books and hit the gym.
Most students are stressed out this time of year with final exams coming up in just a few days. Playing basketball, lifting weights, playing intramurals, and walking on the treadmill are just some of the ways students are de-stressing this week.
Taking time for yourself to do what you enjoy doing, whether that be moving your body by yourself and just coming to the gym, or doing sports with your friends, because the companionship is always lovely and it just really helps boost your spirit. Also take time for yourself, whether you like to read or go on walks or just hang out.
So when you get bored of studying at the library, either grab a squad and go watch the intramural softball finals, or go spend some time for yourself at the rec.
Well, that's all the time we have for sports. Sophie, back to you.
Coming up, one last look at the weekend weather. Will there be another round of severe storms or a clear weekend ahead? That's next.
In a time of evolution, it is our time to elevate and carve our place atop in a new era. An era where championship expectations collide with championship support. We all must come together, fighting, ever fighting for the purple and the white. Times may change, but generation after generation, the support of K-Staters never wavers. K-State fans, are you ready to be a part of powering K-State athletic excellence in a new era?
This is a special place, man happiness.
This is a phenomenal institution, a phenomenal athletic program with a proud tradition.
They talk about family, and you can feel how genuine it is.
The community here is so strong. It's truly the best in the world.
No matter where you come from, the color of your skin, or your religious background, together we make a family.
And when you love people, it's amazing what you can accomplish.
So the first third of the runway.
Deviations left of course approved. Bobcat 1-2, proceed when able.
Let's get one last look at the weekend weather. Carter joins us again from our weather center.
Well, it looks a little bleak out there right now, but this weekend is going to look a whole lot better with some warmer temperatures and some higher lows. So make sure to go outside, enjoy the weather, take a break from studying, and get ready for finals for your last week in Manhattan. Back to you, Sophie.
That's all the time we have for today's show, and it is our final show of the semester. Good luck on finals, and make sure you catch us next semester on Channel 8 News. From everyone at Channel 8 News, have a great summer.
This is Channel 8 News.